Howdy y'all, it's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with a different type of video. I am going to do a DIY tutorial for this super cute little tote bag. I'm pretty proud of it because I designed it myself, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it. It's super easy, just using a 12 by 12 piece of paper. As you can see, I've already decorated it, and I created it for this swap. This was a swap I joined over on Instagram, and they're a little more involved than just a basic embellishment swap. But it's the 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly embellishment box swap, and I think it's hosted by Beck over there. You make one embellishment box or two, a Christmas sequin mix, a set of 6 flowers, and a sweet treat. And then you package it all up and you mail it. So, I will show you guys the completed project. Here is my box that I did. Let me move this so the colors aren't super out there. But isn't this not the cutest? I have my sequin mix here that I attached, and I'll try to pop a picture up of what that looks like here, or a short clip. And I added one of my Marjorie Ann Designs gingerbreads on here that I created, and I just stuffed it with some tissue paper. So, for my sweet treat, I included these candy canes, and I also included a chocolate and a cocoa mix, and I just made this cute little sleeve, and the cocoa mix slides right in, and I just jazzed it up. You could put some stamped images on the front. You could make it super cute. I just kept it simple and used a pre-made tag. And then for my flowers, I have to make a set of 6 flowers. I did these, and I don't know if you can see them super great, but they have glitter and snow. Here's one outside of the package. Let's see if you can see the sparkle. So I created those and put them in here, and just prettied it up with a tag. And then my embellishment box, we had to decorate it. So this is how I decorated mine. I just kept it simple. I didn't have a pattern. I used a box from the Dollar Tree, and it has a hump on it, so it made it a little weird. So I just kind of bent it. I put some printables on the front, and this is my embellishment box, and I have this one already tied up so it don't fall out, but I have another one from my second one I did. And as you can see, the sleeve slides right off. And this is pretty much my embellishment goodies that I included for my swap partner. So I have some little wreaths, some different bows, some buttons, some different beads and tassels, some charms, some little gingerbread, some bells. I have these cute little gingerbread clips, some wood veneer Christmas that has bells on it, some trim, some shaped paper clips, and some candy canes. So I thought this was a cute little assortment. And as much as I wanted to do the pink Christmas theme for everything, it just did not work out for this because it's so hard to find pink stuff this year. And I don't know why. Normally I see pink Christmas everywhere, in the year that I'm obsessed, it is very slim pickings. Okay, so pretty much, like I said, that is my thing. And I originally started out designing this. I don't have any dies to create a tote. And my Cricut would not cut it big enough because I needed it to hold this embellishment box. So, like I said, I designed it specifically for this, and then worked around it so that I could fill it in. So, hopefully my partner will enjoy getting that. By the time y'all see this video in December, I'm sure they will already have it because it's still November. So let me show you guys how easy it is to make this. You're going to take a 12 by 12 piece of double-sided paper. Now, you could do plain if you wanted, but it makes it so much prettier for the inside to already be decorated. You could totally glue 2 pieces of single-sided together to give you a front and back if you don't have a double-sided. But I thought I would do this one in pink since this one's going to be for a different swap, and I'm going to package up some stuff. So, I'm going to get my scoreboard out here. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard, you can totally use a ruler and measure it out in a board of some sort so you can keep things straight. And you are going to score. We're not going to do a whole lot of cutting or anything. This one is actually really easy, and I'm going to sit down so I can do this, but I'm really proud because I did all the math myself. And it made my brain hurt, but I did it. But I'm mathed out for the rest of the month now. Okay, so you are going to start with a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. You're going to score it at 1.5. Okay, 1.5, 10.5. And I like to do it twice just so I get a good little score, deep score down in there to fold. Then you are going to flip your paper so that those lines you've just scored is now horizontal. And you're going to score vertically. So then you're going to go at 4 1/4 and score. And you're going to score at 7 3/4. Okay, so that's all the scoring that we're going to do. Now, you pretty much can see, well, say that, but let's see if you can really see. Okay, so you can see the score lines on here, both directions. So the next thing you are going to do, hopefully I stay in frame for you guys, is you are going to just take your scissors. Look at my pretty dangle I made that's pink Christmas themed. Isn't it cute? I love it. Okay, and I added it on my scissors so I can keep up with them. But you are going to cut where you see the three, you have the 3 sections here. You're going to cut just to this first line. So, take your scissors and just cut here. And cut here. And then flip it around. And do the same thing on this side. And cut. Okay, so then you now have 3 flaps pretty much. I'm undecided if I want to have the red on the inside or the pink on the inside. I feel like the red's really pretty on the outside, but the pink is too, but I think it might be too plain. So I think I'll have the red on the outside. Okay, so now what I want to do is take this middle flap and I'm just going to bend the corner end until it's even. And you can take your, I tend to take my fingernail, but you can take your score tool and just bend it down really good. And you're going to do the same thing here. And then on these 2 flaps, you're going to do the same thing on this one corner. So you're going to bend it down, and then you're going to flip over and you're going to do the exact same thing over here. So you're going to fold this one in. Fold this one in. this one. And this one. Okay, so then once you have all of those folded, you're just going to go back through and you're going to cut on those lines of the fold. And it don't have to be super perfect or anything. This is just to make it easier to fold to make the flaps. And me personally, I like to keep these because look, you can make a super cute little design out of your scraps on a card. Wouldn't that be cute? Okay, so anyways, let's do this side. I have bells on my charm, so I apologize if it's really loud and jangly, but it's that time. Okay. Okay. So then what you want to do is actually go in and work on folding your, or creasing your folds here where you just so you have a really good, it's bending down really good, all of those things. And you're going to do the same thing with the big ones. This is just creating your base for your box. Okay, so now that you have that, the next thing that I did, and this is optional, but I only own one border punch. Timber, stuff just fell. Okay, and it's a heart border, and you can see on this one that that's what I used along the edges just to make it pretty. So I went ahead and I punched this end and of course this end, because these are going to be the ends of your box. So you just need to do this one and this one, and I will fast forward this part for you guys. Okay, so now we have both sides punched out. So then we are going to make our handles. And this is where you're going to need another sheet of paper. I just used scrap colors that would coordinate with this. So you're going to need at least 4 inches, 12 inches long. Okay. So, I picked this one that is double-sided. You totally don't have to, because you're going to be folding this in half, so you're not going to see one side of it unless you just want to cut your extra strip. So, let me get this out. I'm sorry, I know it's big and it makes it hard to see. But, so what we are going to do is we're going to cut 2 inches and 2 inches. So, okay, so we have 2 2-inch pieces, and then I'm going to cut another one. I'm going to use the opposite side of this since it does have pink in it. And I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch. So, let's see, how long is this? This one is at 8.5 left on here, so, well, I need to cut this strip off. Okay, so 7.5. You're just going to cut 1/2 inch, 2 1/2-inch strips is all you need. So now we have these 2 strips. Let me get this out of the way. You can totally use some scrap paper if you have some 12-inch scraps to do this. So the next thing you're going to do is, I'm going to use those on that side. You are going to fold these in half. Now, you could score it again if you wanted to. Let's just do that. It'll make it easier. So, you're going to score it 1 inch, which is halfway. It'll just make it easier to fold. Okay, so there's both of those done. And I'll make sure y'all can see me. Okay, we can. Sorry about the squeaky chair. My other one broke, so I'm back to Old Faithful. Okay, so then all you're going to do is you're going to fold this in half. And you can use your bone folder and flatten it out. And you are going to glue it with liquid glue. Now, if you wanted to use the red line top tape, you could totally do that too. I just find it's easier to do this with glue. It's faster and takes less tape than it would to tape it all down together really good. And you don't have to do this. You could totally just use a 1-inch strip. But because this is going to be my handles, I wanted it to be really good and sturdy. And I am using really thick cardstock. This one's a Vicky Booten, out of her Vicky Booten Christmas. Can't remember what it's called. But that's why I'm folding it in half. So, I'm going to do the same thing here. Just going to fold it in half. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. Same thing. You can see I was a little off on that one whenever I cut my 2 inches, but it's okay. So then, what I ended up doing, take these, and this is just to make it pretty, because you can see on this one, it has the pretty strip. You can do it on both sides, since both sides will be showing on these if you wanted to. But I just liked it, how it was different, to have 2 different patterns on there showing. So I'm just going to glue this onto one side. And that's why I said if you have a shorter piece of scrap, it doesn't necessarily, this one for the 1/2 inch does not have to be 12 inches. You can make it a little bit shorter on these. I did because part of it's going to be connected on your bag, so you're not going to necessarily see it. This is a great way to use some zip strips up if you have a bunch to use. You can throw one on that kind of coordinates. And I'm just going to press these down. It doesn't have to be lined up perfect. Okay, so the next thing is I wanted to attach these with my sewing machine, which as you can see I did. Now, if you don't, and I went through and I ran these through and I sewed the things first just to attach all the paper, just to make it prettier. You totally do not have to do that. You could leave it just as is. You could ink your straps if you wanted to give it a little more jazz. The next thing is attaching them. And let's see. I have this was my prototype. It was a little bit sad. That's why I didn't use it. You can see I messed up on my sewing machine and all that stuff. But attaching it, and on this, if you don't have a sewing machine, you can see I just attached it by sewing down this. And of course, you don't put it together. You leave it just like this to sew through and attach. When I went through, I sewed these first, and then I take my little double stick tape and put a piece here and a piece here and here and here to attach my handles, because this is how you're going to bend it and attach. So I just took tape and held it down until I could run the sewing machine over it so that it would hold it in place. But if you don't have a sewing machine and you still want to attach it, you could totally poke holes, take a brad and pop a brad through each one. You could take your stapler and just take and staple and make it a pretty snowflake pattern. You could staple it from the front and do 2 or 3 staples. You can color them. These are colored red. So you could totally have you can make a little snowflake pattern from staples to hold it on and attach it. I don't know that I would just trust tape or glue to hold it, because you're gonna be lifting it and putting weight on it, so you want it to be sturdy and really hold up. So I'm gonna sew this, and then I will be back to show you guys how to finish assembling it. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I've sewed it all on. And what I do on my sewing machine, I would show you guys, but it's hard to get my camera set up over there to give y'all a good view. But I put it in through like this first and sew on it, and you can see I do have gold thread loaded in my machine, but I have white under for my, I can't think of the word, of the thing on the bottom, the spool on the bottom that comes up. But I have, you can see where it runs through, so I run it here, and then I flip it over, and I sewed it on again, and I'm just using a zigzag stitch. I know it's probably hard to see it, so I can raise my light up. So that you have a double layer of protection to hold it, and all I did, I sewed on my things, and pretty much I just bent them down to create the handles. So now we're just going to put this together. It's really easy. These are actually really quick to make once I finally got it designed and figured out what I was doing. It went pretty quick. So I'm just going to take some liquid glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit right here on this edge. And I'm going to use some double stick tape also. But first, I am just going to bring this up and stick it on there. I don't know if y'all can see, but I tilted it a little bit. It's not going to be exactly straight, and I wanted it that way. But I'm going to take a piece of double stick tape, a small piece, and I'm going to put it right here on this so that it's just an extra layer of protection to hold it together, because you really can't get in there to sew the sides unless you wanted to hand sew it, and I'm not doing that. And then just bring it together. So you can see, get my hand in there. Hopefully y'all can see. I can't see what y'all see. Okay, yeah, see, so you can see how it goes together. It's not, like I said, it's not straight. This is the edge. And what I do is I just take my fine line glue and I just run it under the edge of all the little flaps so that it just gives it a really good seal and glues it down. So then I just put my hand in there and press here so that it gets it a really good hold. If you were really concerned about it, you could totally put a clamp on the side and let it hold it for a little bit until it's dry. But this glue, I use Barely Art, and it dries fairly quickly. So there's that side. And going to do the same thing over here. Add a little bit of glue and add this. And it's going to be at a little bit of an angle to the top. And then I'm going to get my double stick tape, just a small piece, and put it on this flap. Oh, it came undone. And then stick these together. And same thing, run my fine line glue in here and on all the little edges so that it holds up really good. And voila, you have a bag. Look how cute. And it's actually a pretty sturdy little tote. And you can jazz it up as much or as little as you would like. I have, as you can see, I jazzed this up. I also tied on the sequins mix because I didn't want it to get lost down in there. And then I just added a bow in this. I did add this on foam. But, you know, this one's super cute. I have just a few pieces laying around here. You could, like I said, jazz it up as much or as little as you like. You could put some flowers, some kind of sentiment here. I have this little reindeer with the Christmas tree. It would be cute on there. And you could also still add some flowers or sentiment or whatever. And just make it really pretty and fun. It would be great to give small gifts in, not just for crafty friends, but for family. You could add in some socks and gloves and some lotion and things like that and make a little beauty kit or something like that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this, seeing this tutorial. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you guys enjoyed this, if you would like to see more things like this. And if you are commenting on all of my videos this month, you will know that at the end of the month, there is going to be a huge prize giveaway. I don't even know what all it's going to be yet, but if you comment on all of my videos this month, and then on the last day, I haven't decided, it's not going to be the last day of the month, maybe Christmas Day. If you leave a comment on it, I will be checking to make sure you commented, and we'll put everybody's name in that has commented on everything, and there will be a big prize draw. I don't know. Maybe Christmas Eve. I haven't worked out the dates, but stay tuned. I will have it clear on there. Like I said, I'm filming this in November, so I still have some time to work out all the details. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Come over and join us on the Facebook group and see what everyone is creating and crafting for the holidays. And until next time, bye y'all.